Hi there, welcome to the ukestuff channel and welcome to this tutorial video for the play-along videos of Dos Oruguitas, which is one of the songs from the new Disney Encanto movie, which was released in 2022. Now, we're going to do in this video is first of all look at the chords needed for GCEA soprano concert or tenor ukulele. Then we'll take a look at the chords needed for baritone DGBE ukulele, and then I'll just give you a couple of ideas for strumming. Just a reminder, if you like the chords that you see here, you can actually download the chord chart, or what we call tabs, at ukestuff.info. Uketabs is a collaborator with this channel. And if you want to support the work here, there's three things you can do. First of all, you can like this video. Second, you can subscribe to the channel. And third, you can always buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/ukestuff. For GCEA ukulele, I'll be using this instrument. This is my Blackbird Clara. It's a relatively new instrument to me. It's made out of E-Koa. It's a wonderful, wonderful instrument. And I'm using it for a specific reason when we get to strumming, and I'll talk about that when we get there. So for the key of C on GCEA, soprano concert tenor ukulele, for this song, you'll want to use these chords. First of all, the C chord. Then the E minor chord. Then the C7 chord. Then the F chord. Then the F minor chord. Now, what you want to do is two things. You want to think about playing the Hawaiian D7, but do so up a set of strings. And then add your pinky to what you'd normally play the C chord. That makes it pretty easy, because sometimes if you try doing that chord, it gets to be a little complicated. Then E7 chord, one of my favorite chords. A minor chord, and the G chord. And those are the chords you need to play Dos Oruguitas from Encanto on GCEA soprano concert or tenor ukulele. Now let's take a look at the chords you need for baritone DGBE ukulele. For baritone ukulele, I'll be using this instrument. This is my Malan baritone. It has a cedar top with rosewood back and sides. I just love this instrument. First of all, you have the C chord. Then an E minor chord. Then a C7 chord. So you go back to your C chord and then you add two fingers. The third finger will go on the third string, third fret, and the fourth finger will go on the first string, third fret. Then a F chord, which is a bar chord. So what you'll want to do is bar across strings 1 and 2 right above the middle, first fret, pull against the fretboard, and then just slightly support with your thumb. That'll give you most of the clear sound that you need on those barred strings, and then add the other two fingers. You don't have to press too hard as long as you're pulling against the neck. That will give you the best sound. Then we have an F minor chord, which is going to be a full bar chord. You're going to reach across all four strings right above the middle first fret and pull against the fretboard. And then add your thumb to support lightly. And then you can play, I generally go with my third finger on the fourth string, third fret. There it is, the F minor chord. Then we have the E7 chord. Then an A minor chord. And then finally the G chord. And those are the chords you need to play Dos Oruguitas from Encanto on baritone DGBE ukulele. Now let's talk about strumming. Now as it comes to strumming, just want to remind you that ukulele was not used in the original version of the song, so therefore there is no right answer when it comes to strumming. These are just some general ideas. Much of the song actually features single strums for me. So for example, on the C chord, you can play just a single down strum. But I like using my thumb because that just gives you more strength and richness on those chords that you play. You know, when you're going through whatever the progression is at that moment. But what I really want to get to is when the song does start strumming, what can work there? And I've got two ideas for you. So the actual strumming begins about 1 minute 18 seconds into the video, and it's a pretty fast clip right there. So what I hear is something like an island strum. That works really well here. That works really well. And what is an island strum? It's down, down, up, down, down, you'll probably want to do is take it away from the strum and just practice out loud. Down, down, up, down, up, and just getting that hand going. Remember, the action's mostly in the wrist, not on the arm so much, and just down, down, up. And it's just practicing it until you get it to speed. By the way, I'm leaving my pinky when I go back to that C. It's just going to make it easier. Now, the other thing I hear is actually his strum from Over the Rainbow, which has become a really famous, signature strum. And for that, he uses low G. You can do it on GCEA reentrant tuned, but then you have to pick the lowest string, which is the third string. In this case, with a linear tuned ukulele, if you pick the fourth string, it makes the rest of the pattern easier. But this is how that sort of works, and this is going really slow. And if you don't know how to chuck, then this is going to cause some problems. You need to learn how to chuck before you can do this. So what you're going to do is basically play the island strum modified. You C chord, you're going to pluck the lowest string, whatever that happens to be. In this case, it's the fourth string. And then you're going to go down, up, and then a chuck. Up, down, up. And it gets faster altogether. And I think that's going to work really well with this song. Let me show you it at speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every now and then I miss one of the notes, and that's fine. But that whole little sequence of is Over the Rainbow. Now, what is a chuck? It's when you hit all four strings with all four fingers and you stop the sound with your palm. It's also called a palm mute, called a chunk, whatever you want to call it. So again, on the C chord, it's lowest note, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. Much easier to do slow. So if we did this whole sequence, it would sort of go like this, although some of them are doubled. Let's see if we can speed it up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as the play-along videos are used by students, what's the realistic scenario of an entire class of older elementary students, middle school students, high school students, adults, all being able to do that pattern in unison? Probably not very good. But what's the possibility of doing this? So what I'd say is, in a group, go for the island strum. Individually, if you want to try mastering that strum by is, again, single string, lowest, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. Go for it. That'd be a great thing to do. And either one of those are going to work really, really well with the song. Now, I know from Encanto, we don't talk about Bruno as the runaway hit. It's one that's on all the social media. But I have to be honest with you, this is the song that stuck with my heart when I watched the movie with my 9-year-old, and the song that I keep coming back to in my brain. It's just beautiful, gorgeous. And that progression from F to F minor just catches me every time. Love it. I absolutely love it. And by the way, Lin-Manuel Miranda did an interview, and he was asked what song was the hardest to write, and he said this one. Now again, the chords were great on GCEA ukulele in particular, but just kind of fun. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. And again, if you haven't seen Encanto, I think it really is worth a view if you haven't seen it. All right, thanks so much for joining me for this video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.